Friends, neighbors, countrymen, lend me your ears. Gather around because what we have here is not just any ordinary news. It's something that's going to shake things up quite a bit. We've got ourselves a good old-fashioned trade war brewing. And this time, it's not just a skirmish, it's a full-blown economic showdown. And no, it's not with China this time. This time, the battleground is much closer to home. It's with our friendly neighbors to the north, Canada. Yes, the very same Canada that we share the longest undefended border with. That's right, the land of maple syrup, hockey, and saying sorry way too much has decided they've had enough. They've drawn a line in the snow, and they're not backing down. And it all started with, you guessed it, Donald J. Trump. His policies and tweets have once again stirred the pot, leading to this unexpected conflict. Now before you go thinking this is just another boring trade dispute, think again. This one has all the makings of a dramatic saga. This one has a twist that involves geography, politics, and a bit of irony. It involves Alaska, the U.S. state that's, well, not exactly connected to the rest of the U.S. by land. It's a unique situation that adds another layer of complexity. See, to get goods to Alaska by land, you gotta go through Canada. And that's where things get interesting. And Canada, in their infinite wisdom, has decided to make that a whole lot more expensive. They've imposed new fees and regulations that are causing quite a stir. This isn't just about tariffs or trade deficits, it's about control, leverage, and a bit of national pride. This is about American trucks being held hostage by a bunch of moose-loving, poutine-eating Canadians. It's a standoff that's as much about culture as it is about commerce. Okay, maybe not hostage, but you get the point. The situation is tense and the stakes are high. It's messy, it's complicated, and frankly, it's a little bit hilarious. The twists and turns of this trade war are enough to make anyone's head spin. So buckle up, buttercups, because we're about to dive headfirst into the wacky world of U.S. Canada trade relations, where every move is scrutinized and every decision has far-reaching consequences, where the stakes are high, the tensions are higher, and the drama is off the charts. And the only thing more unpredictable than the outcome is Donald Trump's Twitter feed. Let's go. Get ready for a wild ride through the latest chapter in international trade. Picture this, it's 2025 and Donald Trump is back to his old tricks. The political landscape is buzzing with his latest moves. Remember those tariffs he loved so much? Well, he's at it again, threatening to slap them on everything Canadian. It's like deja vu, but with higher stakes. From maple syrup to hockey sticks, nothing is sacred. These aren't just products, they're symbols of Canadian culture and pride. Trump's reasoning? The usual vague complaints about unfair trade practices and protecting American jobs. He claims it's all about leveling the playing field. Now, Canada isn't exactly known for being a pushover. They've got Justin Trudeau. He's not just a pretty face. He's a seasoned politician ready to defend his country. He's young, he's charming, and he knows how to rock a pair of colorful socks. But don't let that fool you. He's got a backbone of steel. But even Trudeau has his limits. And when Trump starts talking tariffs, well, let's just say it doesn't go over too well. The tension is palpable. The Canadians are understandably upset. Their livelihoods and national pride are on the line. They see these tariff threats as nothing short of an attack on their sovereignty. It's a direct challenge to their way of life. I mean, come on, threatening to slap tariffs on maple syrup? That's practically an act of war. It's a move that strikes at the heart of Canadian identity. Okay, maybe not a real war, but definitely a trade war. The stakes are high, and the world is watching closely. Enter British Columbia, the Canadian province that just so happens to be the gateway to Alaska. This scenic region is not just a passageway, but a vital link for commerce. Now, British Columbia is known for its stunning scenery, its laid-back vibe, and its rich cultural heritage. And its premier, David Eby, who has a reputation for being both strategic and unyielding. And let me tell you, Premier Eby is not afraid of a good old-fashioned trade war. He's a leader who stands his ground. In response to Trump's tariff threats, which aim to disrupt international trade, Eby decides to play hardball. He's not backing down. He announces that British Columbia will be imposing hefty tolls on all U.S. commercial traffic passing through the province to Alaska. This move is bold and unprecedented. That's right, folks. If you want to truck your goods to the last frontier, you're going to have to pay up. The tolls are not just a minor fee, they are substantial. These tolls are a direct hit at the U.S. economy, specifically Alaska's economy. The impact is immediate and significant. See, Alaska relies heavily on goods shipped through Canada. This route is essential for the state's supply chain. And with these new tolls in place, Everything from groceries to construction materials is going to get a whole lot more expensive. The cost of living in Alaska is set to rise. The message from British Columbia is clear. You want to mess with us? We have the means to retaliate. We'll mess with you right back. This is a high-stakes game of economic chess, and British Columbia is making its move. A history of trade disputes, the U.S. and Canada at odds. Now you might be thinking, wow, this is crazy. Canada and the U.S. are like best friends, right? Well, not always. The truth is the U.S. and Canada have a long and storied history of trade disputes. Remember that time Canada wouldn't let American beer be sold in their grocery stores, or that other time the U.S. put tariffs on Canadian lumber? Yeah, good times. The thing is, despite being close allies, the U.S. and Canada are also major trading partners. And when you're dealing with that much money, well, let's just say things can get a little competitive. This latest dispute over Alaska is just another chapter in this ongoing saga. It's a reminder that even the friendliest of neighbors can have their differences, and when those differences involve billions of dollars, well, things can get ugly. The economic fallout: Alaska feels the pinch. So, what does all this mean for Alaska? In a word, ouch. The tolls imposed by British Columbia are already having a ripple effect throughout the Alaskan economy. Businesses are feeling the squeeze as the cost of transporting goods skyrockets. Consumers are facing higher prices at the checkout counter. And the tourism industry, a vital part of Alaska's economy, is bracing for a downturn as travelers think twice about the added expense of getting there. It's a classic case of unintended consequences. Trump's tariff threats intended to protect American jobs have backfired spectacularly, hurting the very people they were supposed to help. Calls for diplomacy, a path to resolution. As tensions escalate and the economic fallout worsens, there are growing calls for a diplomatic solution. Leaders from both sides of the border are urging calm and restraint, recognizing that a full-blown trade war would be disastrous for everyone involved. The Canadian government is demanding that the U.S. drop its tariff threats, arguing that they are unjustified and harmful. Meanwhile, U.S. officials are urging British Columbia to reconsider the tolls, warning that they could have long-term consequences for the U.S. Canada relationship. The path forward is clear diplomacy, dialogue, and a willingness to compromise. Both sides need to come to the table and find a solution that works for everyone. Because let's face it, nobody wins in a trade war. The importance of international cooperation. The ongoing trade dispute between the U.S. and Canada over Alaska is a stark reminder of the importance of international cooperation. In an increasingly interconnected world, we cannot afford to let petty disputes escalate into full-blown conflicts. We need to remember that we are all in this together and that cooperation, not confrontation, is the only way forward. By working together, we can build a more prosperous and peaceful future for everyone. So the next time you see a bottle of maple syrup or a hockey stick, remember the importance of international friendship. And maybe think twice before starting a trade war with your neighbor. Because in the end, we're all just trying to get along, and nobody wants to pay extra for their poutine.